Let's see here. No, I don't want to do that one. Okay, let's see. Bro, I seriously do not know what just happened. Alright, that. So, just chill and come follow me. So, we're gonna go to the live, right? Okay. What's up, King Pan? Nope. Okay. YouTube. Right. What is this? What is this? What's up, King Pan? Hold on, bro. I just gotta do something real quick, man, cause I freak. Well, I don't know why this thing is tripping, but it's tripping, all right. It's tripping. I don't know why this thing is tripping, but it's tripping, man. It's tripping, man. What's up? What's up, King Pan? Follow me and kick. What the hell, bro? What's up, Shao? I don't know who you is, but welcome to the stream, man. Entertainment, no, entertainment, entertainment. I guess that works, right? What's up, Shao? Shao, who is Shao? All right, what's up, bro? I think I'm back. I think so.
And more like a villain. In fact, in chapter 81, he gives orders to civilians, telling them to follow the shinobi, signaling that he himself doesn't identify as one of them. This would also explain why his new timeskip design has no Konoha headband, but still retains the clan symbol he inherited from Jigen. But a shinobi's destiny of dying early is made all the more apparent with the likes of Sarada and Sumire surrounded by danger 24/7. As you would imagine, they've spent the past 3 years working with Ada to try and figure out a way to reverse her omnipotence. But with no luck, Ada reveals that the only way to try and fix the situation right now is by projecting new memories onto everyone on the planet. But it is a risk.
When did you kill CT?
What would happen again? Momoshiki had
hey bro, what's up, Ducky?
That omnipotence is a programming language that God used to create worlds, to make anything become real. He also questions Boruto that has he never contemplated how many times Atsuki may have previously manipulated human memories, implying that this phenomena has been occurring for aeons. Humans have always been the prey to the desire of Atsuki, and it is dangerous to challenge their rule. Plus, we know that Ada does not have complete control over her godlike abilities, since they're too much for a mere human to handle. However, there's an even bigger risk ongoing, because Ada and Demon wonder what is so special about Sarada and Sumire, as they are neither blood relatives nor Otsuki. Therefore, they should have been affected by her omnipotence. This leads her to grow suspicious about whether or not they're truly in love with her. Remember, in chapter 76, Shikamaru gave orders to the two girls to keep their immunity a secret, because if Damon found out, he'd kill them both knowing they pose a threat to his sister. However, for now, they keep up their act of being affected, which Ada believes in, as she always desired best friends like them.
CT, well. What's up, CT?
Elsewhere, Kawaki watches on from his balcony, sensing Mitsuki's bloodlust approaching him from behind. He tells him it makes it hard to breathe, but Mitsuki's only focus is finding and killing Boruto. He tells Kawaki that Boruto is an Atsuki too, which, for your information, Mitsuki, I don't think you needed to remind him. In spite of that, he worries that Boruto could be out there right now, erasing his chakra signature. Regardless, Kawaki reassures his worrying friend that no matter what he does, Boruto cannot escape the watchful eye of his. Now, despite Mitsuki just wanting to protect
What's
the
up,
man
y'all boys?
he believes to be his son, Kawaki tells him that he's a total pain in the ass, following him around like a creep. To be fair, he did do that with Boruto, and we are questioning certain things. What the hell? But anyway, this is a huge red flag for Mitsuki. This chapter made it obvious that he is starting to grow suspicious about whether or not Kawaki is who he claims to be. He believes Kawaki to be the sun that illuminates the moon, aka Mitsuki. That's what his memories are telling him. The only thing is, Kawaki is acting the opposite to how Mitsuki's memories remember him. Rather than Kawaki brightening up the moon, he is darkening it like an eclipse. Remember in the anime, Mitsuki's biggest character development came from the after arc. Prior to this, he had never had a dream in his sleep or thought he was capable of having them. But one day he did, and that made him wonder if all his thoughts were programmed into him by Orochimaru.
I am here watching. Send me over your squad. What's up, bro? What's up, bro? I retake your title. What's up? Be right back. Welcome back. Let's go. We have 6 people watching on here, bro.
And loved member of Team 7.
Let's go, 71. Let's go, bro.
It was the first time
Scared.
made his own
Add me, bro. Add you on what?
Foreshadowed this moment in chapter 81. He himself
Wait, add you on what? I'm confused.
That Boruto was truly his son. Mitsuki is now his own person and can look
I'm confused. Add you on what?
To think and come to his own conclusion, which in this case is the fact that the memories of Kawaki and the Kawaki he is with are not the same person. Boruto was a loving person that was selfless. He lives up to the ideal.
Wait, add you on what?
His son. It's someone that is similar to Naruto.
Damn, bro. Yo, guys.
As the sun is symbolic of light in the darkness that will shine a bright.
Which one is better? One Piece or Boruto? Which one is better? Which one is better, One Piece or Naruto?
Instead, as he now possesses the power of flight, propelling him to watch on from above. In the 3 years that have passed by, the thousands of years of battle experience Boruto and Kawaki inherit from the Karma Seal is catching up to bolster their strength.
Which one is better, One Piece or Naruto?
Ever before. Amado told us in chapter 74 that flying.
Which one is better, One Piece or Naruto?
For Otsuki, and that sooner or later they would be doing it too. And so Kawaki flies across Konoha like the devious dictator he is, looking exactly
Naruto.
like
Okay, that's real. Naruto's better.
Context to why Konoha is destroyed, as Kawaki himself admitted that he has a similar wavelength to Ishiki in chapter 39, meaning that they meet eye to eye in some way.
Is that his name?
Ishiki did his search for Naruto, whereas now
I'm confused.
the son of Ishiki is searching for the son of Naruto.
No, that's Boruto.
Soon later on in this video, the parallels are only just the beginning.
Meanwhile,
One
Himawari
Piece.
is in training with Chojo,
Yeah, you guys
now
bugging.
12 years old. Yes, that's right. Kishimoto heard and listened to our dreams. She is now a ninja. Despite her inexperience, she displayed a high level of skill.
Why your name so long?
Himawari did earn compliments from Inujin, Shikadai, and Chojo, with Chojo even saying that Himawari's kicks are pretty heavy. But Inujin asks why she wanted to become a ninja in the first place. Himawari explains that even though people would scold her, she believes that Boruto is innocent and that he must have had some reason to take such drastic measures, as Boruto has risked his life for her and her family countless times. We know from chapter 77 that she had an extremely strong power laying dormant within.
Guys, who's stronger, Hinata or Himamari? Who's gonna be stronger? It's not long. Naruto #1. One Piece right after. I thought you said Boruto. It's not overrated. Everybody hates Boruto. It's the best anime. My name is Boom with a sentence in front. Tight.
in her, which could be indicating
Boom.
towards her immunity, as it is likely connected to the Otsutsuki, as Damon was completely blown away by her intense strength.
What should we do?
Being the...
Hey guys, later, should we go on Monkey and just start trolling? Should we just go on Monkey and start trolling after? Like, after this video, should we just go on Monkey and just, you know, troll? I feel like it's gonna be pretty dope. Just saying.
Self-proclaimed strongest character in the entire series, stating that it should have been easy for the likes of her to dodge his punch. This means that Himawari's potential is immense, even for a ninja.
What that mean?
She one-shotted the most overpowered shinobi in the world, meaning that at 3 years old, she achieved more than Neji ever did with just a single blow.
Time.
She completely shut down Naruto's chakra points in one hit and severed Kuruma's chakra from him, whilst Neji in his 64 palms only shut off Naruto's chakra, not Kuruma's. Hisashi, the head of the Hyuga clan, was shocked that Himawari awakened the Byakugan at such a young age without any prior training. That was until she turned 10 years old, when she learned to activate it at will during her time in the academy.
By the way,
it is revealed that Himawari's Byakugan and explosive power exponentially grows to phenomenal levels if she gets too emotional. If you don't remember, Himawari was heartbroken when she learned her big brother was defeated in battle and deeply injured. This prompted Himawari's concern. Hinata, however, insisted that Boruto was a true ninja and decided to be of true aid to others. At her mother's suggestion, Himawari helped to cheer Boruto's training, leaving a note to remind him that he was not alone, which leads to moments such as Himawari joining the Ninja Academy, where she amazes the entire class due to her natural talent for being a ninja. Himawari teasingly asked her brother for assistance, however, she now shares a goal with him. She stated to Hinata in chapter 72 that she had considered becoming a ninja to help him. Furthermore, when Damon charged towards Himawari for a battle, she was able to react in time to brace herself, highlighting that her reaction time was phenomenal, because Code got completely speed blitzed by the little kid with ease. And so, when she states that she is willing to help Boruto even though her memories have changed, it's to no one's surprise.
I will wait and see if he joins. OMG, what's up, bro?
He even taught to Kawaki. The whole idea of adopting him through his forgiving and merciful heart.
What's up, Elias?
Naruto never gave up on his friends, even stating to Sasuke, how on earth could he be Hokage if he couldn't even save one of them? So with the memories of Boruto being the one that sacrificed his arm to save her against Delta, the idea of fixing the bars that he broke to amend their relationship would be more than enough influence for the heart to align with the idea of wanting to believe that he can be saved. Furthermore, this directly relates to Boruto's own words in chapter 80. He states that he doesn't want brother to kill brother.
It's been so long.
In his maturity,
I know, bro. It's been years, bro. Tell me about it.
To make such a drastic decision. Boruto's whole idea is to defy fate, which he declares in episode 293 and
it's been so long I can
every arc. In the same way, it wouldn't be out of the realms of possibility for a manga like Boruto to have Himawari defy the current situation too, which is supposedly fate. After all,
what the hell with that name? What name?
Shrinking more of Code's claw marks, which have been found scattered outside the village. However, there is one noticeable difference this time: his eye. During the 3-year time skip, Kawaki clearly leveled up and surpassed Ishiki, as he now has all 8 triangles inside his dojutsu.
Is my thing like it again, bro?
Shinobi then wonders why Code doesn't attack if he just keeps coming so close, and that if Boruto's his target, why not leave Konoha alone altogether? But his incompetence is put on full display as Kawaki exposes that he had a claw mark on the back of his neck the entire time, which confuses the NPC as he was retyping
it over and over.
Kawaki orders Shikamaru to round up all the claw mark investigators in one spot, but before they could even group up, Code's claw marks began to appear from the marks hidden on their backs. And so the plan swiftly changes as an evacuation is called for whilst all fighters must rush to the scene, meaning that we're probably going to see everybody else's new time skip designs next month. But we're getting a little bit ahead of ourselves there, as first and foremost, Kawaki and Sarada fight back. However, the enemy numbers just keep multiplying. After all, Code made over 1,000 of these things from the 10 tails and gave them all claw marks, meaning will all act as a teleporting hotspot for them to jump through, including Code as he pops up in front of Sarada. You see, he spent the past 3 years chasing down Boruto, but to no success, which is made obvious when you realize that he also has a scar on his left eye now, which is likely caused by either Boruto himself or Sasuke. Boruto now possesses the ability to completely erase his chakra signal just like Kawaki, so it makes sense that he was able to stay hidden for so long, but Code chasing after him instead of Kawaki is due to omnipotence, as Code has hated him since childhood due to being jealous. However, after 3 years, Code has grown tired of running around and has instead decided to do a pain, or at least he tried to.
Know your fucking place, trash.
He's attacking the village and those
be right back, alright, bet.
He will be forced out of the shadows and fight. He asks Sarada to scream loudly so that Boruto will hear it, but the difference this time is that before Sakura, or in this case Sarada, could even scream out Boruto's name, he's already on the scene. That's right, Boruto pulls the utmost amount of disrespect. For him to even achieve a feat like this is just ridiculous. But to go as far as putting your stinky feet on man's face is just icing on the cake.
I got notification that Haitian is streaming and helping sub. Nah, that's not me, bro.
In this manga, because the first thing Boruto does upon his return of being MIA for 3 years is giving Code a lesson in Riz, as he tells him that no girls would want to be with him talking the way he does. Remember, this guy had a full-on mental breakdown when Ada left him and has lost basically every fight in his entire life, whereas Boruto over here is the walking king of W's and has basically every girl in the series, including Sarada and Sumire, wanting to marry him. Kawaki immediately recognizes Boruto as a rival thanks to their resonance, whilst the rest of the shinobi have his chakra too, causing Shikamaru to give them all orders to attack and find out what he wants. But I know what you're all thinking. We've all noticed that somebody very important is missing. Where is Batman Sensei? Well, I want to say thank you to everyone who joined our stream the other day, because you guys have been cooking sword at him. Despite when Ishiki first attacked the village, Sasuke went into battle and threw his sword at him, despite knowing he could shrink inanimate objects. The catch, however, was that the sword was actually Boruto performing a transformation jutsu, and so knowing how this chapter parallels Ishiki's attack already, it would be fitting if this time Boruto performed the same trick, just with Sasuke being the sword on Kawaki. Either way, he's doing just fine on his own, as he reacts to an attack from unlimited full power Code with complete ease. Code without his limiters, as we know, is stated to be stronger than Jigen. The same Jigen, may I add, that completely folded a full power Naruto and Sasuke. This means that Boruto has reached a level of ninja capacity that we've just simply never seen before. We truly are entering completely unknown territory at this point. But this story is not about the karma for Boruto anymore, as Karaki is too important for him to be left alone. Thus, he needs to save his brother and the world. Something just as important as that, though, is this video on your screen right now. And so, don't be
subscribe to the channel, bro. Alright, that's one down. We got a few more. We got a few more, bro. We got a few more, bro. Where is it at? Which one did I just watch it? I just watched that one, right? That was your time. Let's go, bro.
Two Blue Vortex Chapter 1 revealed Mitsuki's resolve to kill Boruto. He was the first person in Chapter 80 to activate his Sage Mode to eliminate him. As for the last 3 years, his killing intent has been seeping out to protect the sun to his moon. However, we all know this anger is misplaced, as the man behind everything is Kawaki. In Chapter 1 of Two Blue Vortex, we see the dynamic of their relationship being much more cold, which really doesn't match up with Mitsuki's memories due to Ada's omnipotence rewriting reality to swap the lives of Kawaki and Boruto. But we see that this leads to Mitsuki questioning whether or not Kawaki truly is the sun that can illuminate him, as we will dive deep into proving that Orochimaru has made Mitsuki out of Shinjutsu, the power of gods. So, a huge plot development. It's time for us to go. He said it! Let's begin with the intent of Mitsuki's father and mother, both of which are Orochimaru. One of the things that made him so intriguing was his pursuit of complete knowledge and immortality. He was a man of science who, in his journey to learn all jutsu, would experiment to create new ones, some of which were forbidden, punishable by death. But hey, that didn't stop Naruto from forgiving him, am I right? Even though his death toll by the end of Shippuden ended up being tens of thousands. However, Orochimaru decided to observe Sasuke's new perspective on life. Thus, he turned over a new leaf and seized his evil actions, instead desiring to protect the planet from the threat of the Otsutsuki. However, he makes it clear that even though his means are seen as evil, in the end, someone like Orochimaru can still be necessary and proven useful, as Konoha will receive the benefits of keeping him around when another threat appears. This was stated in Sasuke's novel, which was adapted in episode 485. So, you're probably wondering, ABD, how do you know Orochimaru discovered Shinjutsu and created Mitsuki with the purpose to be Boruto's moon? Well, the evidence is in episode 55. Momoshiki and Kinshiki discovered that all of Kaguya's scrolls were gone, and Orochimaru, being who he is, would have taken those scrolls whilst on his search for knowledge after witnessing the events with Tsunori. This is why, in Boruto chapter 34, he knew that the Byakuga seal stemmed from the Sage of Six Paths, which resulted in saving Naruto's life, as he knew Naruto was suffering from the same illness as him through his research. Remember the arc where Sasuke fought dinosaurs? Yeah, that one.
Peak fiction.
And since a lot of you think Tsunori can be Mitsuki's baby daddy, which I don't blame you, just look at the two.
They're the same picture.
This isn't possible, as Otsutsuki should not be affected by Ada's Shinjutsu, but Mitsuki has been. So, sorry, that theory got shot down. In spite of that, Mitsuki is Orochimaru's attempt at creating man-made Shinjutsu. After all, it would make sense for a man who spent 70 years researching all techniques. For example, in chapter 346, as he is being killed by, Sasuke, he screams out that he will be the one to solve all the mysteries of nature and receive everything. Naruto chapter 344 was when his curiosity peaked after discovering white snakes, which Hiruzen, the third Hokage, told him it's a symbol of good luck and renewal, which eventually pushed Orochimaru into seeking and achieving immortality. As even Naruto points out, he looks way too young for his age in Boruto, as he has achieved it. This proves Orochimaru's interest in the divine and the realm of immortality which the Otsutsuki represent. We cannot forget this Otsutsuki connection would further be explained with Orochimaru's obsession in learning all things and the origin of life, where Amado told us Shinjutsu is the precursor.
Barto's getting good now, bro. Naruto's getting good.
An origin to all things. Funnily enough, the idea of immortality also follows the creed of the Otsutsuki that Momoshiki mentioned. That the creed of the clan is to pass on their power and use the karma to revive themselves. This is the exact thing Orochimaru has been trying to replicate all his life, by hopping from vessel to vessel to achieve immortality via a curse mark he implants on them. But we all know the real reason he has immortality now is that so he can play War Thunder. Now,
what the fuck?
What on earth? This game wasn't a action Darky mod out as much, including with now ongoing. Or more evidence regarding the Boruto Sun and Moon story that is ongoing. Okyo Kadachi, the original writer of Boruto, confirmed in Volume 10, scientists like Orochimaru will be in the forefront of shinobi, since they are the ones who are acquiring scientific knowledge to explain everything in creation and the entire natural universe, coming to the conclusion that whenever the world is explained by science, it gives rise to new jutsu, such as something like lightning creating Raikiri. For example, looking at chapter 79, Momoshiki states something similar. Omnipotence is an ultimate power only an all-knowing, almighty God can wield. The Shinjutsu of the Shinjutsu, a programming language that gods were said to have used to create worlds. This now proves Mitsuki is an attempt at Shinjutsu. The evidence is in Boruto episode 39. Whilst talking to his son, Orochimaru claims that Mitsuki is a perfect child whom he loves, holding more power than himself. And is it truly wrong for a shinobi like him to desire children? As there is one thing all human beings are forgiven for, and that is the acts born of and done for love. Into Blue Vortex, Boruto is now on a journey of redemption and forgiveness so that he can rebuild his old life with his friends. The key in doing so, which we will dive deeper into later, comes once again from the love and close bonds that he has built with everyone through Minshu. As Naruto told Kawaki that chakra is a power that connects people to one another, Momoshiki stated the very same thing. Every person's consciousness by nature is linked through chakra. Now, since Himawari has Ninshu with Naruto, that's why in Blue Vortex chapter 1, she doesn't believe he is actually dead, as she can feel the presence of his conscious. Mitsuki and everyone else will need to achieve the same thing. Or the fact that Ada literally mentions that trying to change everyone's memories again with omnipotence will bring about its own risks. Therefore, love is the ultimate key that will save the world, even after all the events of losing everything and Momoshiki's prophecy coming true. Boruto claims he still sees Kawaki as a brother and doesn't intend to kill him, but rather make his story about a brotherly quarrel in chapter 80. However, this all encompasses the entire theme of Boruto's story into Blue Vortex, such as the good or evil nature of technological advances, which Mitsuki is, and the cycle of love rather than the cycle of hatred. For example, in episode 254, Boruto dies, where Sarada and Mitsuki are told to take revenge as it cannot be stopped, but guess what? They decide not to, which leads to him being saved by the enemy. And another instance is episode 249, where Team 7 get revenge for their friend Kagura from the Mist Village, as he died. But instead of being happy, Boruto states he's at fault. Therefore, instead of revenge being the driving force behind the story, all the conflict in Boruto stems from fighting for those they love and how far they would go to protect it. Ko does so for Ishiki, just like how Kawaki does for Naruto, which sent him down a dark path. Amado's love for his daughter led him to use everyone as tools. In fact, once you take a look at Orochimaru, it's easy to see his parallel to Amado. Amado tried to revive his daughter inorganically, whom he loved so much, but he failed as she wasn't her true self. He strives to use Shinjutsu to bring Delta back, even if his acts are evil. On the contrary, Orochimaru achieved the same thing, effectively creating a childlike clone organically that must discover who he is and is doing acts of good to protect the Star of Hope. Tonori dubbed Boruto his name in a dream, and Orochimaru purposely gave information to Mitsuki to make his own decision. Or was it? In truth, during Boruto episode 105, Orochimaru clearly admits that they encouraged and planted his will for a purpose. Orochimaru kept testing Mitsuki each time, erasing his memories, and on the 6th attempt, he mastered Sage Transformation and decided to rebel against him in order to forge his own destiny by stealing the scroll. Orochimaru and Log knew that he wouldn't be able to function as a real human alone, thus needed a son to brighten him up. Seeing the impact Naruto had on Sasuke is the exact reason why Orochimaru did this, so that Mitsuki can learn from him and preserve peace in the world. Naruto accepted Mitsuki without prejudice and hid his background from the rest of the village, barring just a few. Even the Konoha Council, the 5th Hokage, and his own sensei, whose father was killed by Orochimaru, were not aware of this at the time. However, Naruto believed in Mitsuki's pursuit to carve out his own destiny and not to follow in the footsteps of who Orochimaru once was. The evidence for this is in multiple instances, such as in episode 41, 53, 66, and 182. Mitsuki's entire moral compass stems from Boruto itself. All his decision making and outlook on life is to follow him. As a result, Mitsuki questions who he is and why his sage mode is so important in assisting Boruto's prophecy. If we look at episode 73, when Boruto discovers that there are multiple clones, Orochimaru reveals that Mitsuki is in all of them and that the concept of Mitsuki is an experiment of his. This is because Orochimaru has a hidden intention behind why he created them. As when Boruto asks why he is so calm that his son abandoned Konoha and became a missing nin, Orochimaru replies by stating there is no need to worry, and if anyone gets wind of what Mitsuki actually is, the curse mark inside of him is implanted, which would automatically self-destruct. Yep. Orochimaru and his curse marks are back at it again. He implanted this into Mitsuki because it will protect the secret of his research from being exposed to anyone in the world, as they wouldn't understand it. For example, isn't it funny how Orochimaru can erase memories, alter them, and view Mitsuki's on a computer and back them up, much like what Eida Shinjutsu had done to the world? On top of that, Orochimaru already knew everything about the God Tree in episode 175, and how a mortal like Victor consuming the fruit would kill him, as it is meant for Otsuki and not humans. This gives another plot device for Kishimoto to bring back Mitsuki's real memories, as they would have been stored.
However, due to the current predicament in Two Blue Vortex, where thanks to Ada's omnipotence, Mitsuki has false memories on who his true son is. Luckily, the anime has already laid the groundwork for Kishimoto to explain how Mitsuki regains his memories. This won't be possible until he enters the next stage of what it means to be a human though. For example, in the beginning he has never cried before, he doesn't need to eat food, and never had a dream until episode 71 onwards. Orochimaru referenced the 8 stages of human development, in which Mitsuki was entering stage 3 when he left Konoha. When he scanned his heart, Orochimaru states Mitsuki went through great personal discoveries about his being, wondering what choices are his own and if he was on the right path. In episode 105, Orochimaru was proud to see how much Mitsuki was maturing, but was concerned how he reacted to experiencing the negatives of human emotions such as personal loss. This began to harm Mitsuki's body as his brain was developing too fast. Thus, Orochimaru declared the only way to heal it was by erasing his memory despite how far he had come. This was the curse of getting too close to Boruto. As Orochimaru put it, Mitsuki was being burnt by the sun. Ultimately, he gave Mitsuki a choice to continue enduring these painful emotions and live with the consequences it can bring, or have his mind reset. But of course, Mitsuki decided to keep his memories and bonds. However, now he's going through the repercussions of such a decision, as those memories are what have sent him down the path of wanting to kill Boruto.
Hold on, yeah, I'm gonna go use the restroom. I'm gonna go drink some water. Patrol. I'm back. Wow.
Mitsuki will never be able to live with once it realizes the reality of the situation, especially since Boruto still accepted him after discovering his origins, even teaching Sarada a lesson that if she strives to become Hokage, they must give Mitsuki the benefit of the doubt for leaving the village as he was trying to discover himself. Funnily enough, Sarada uses this lesson in chapter 1 of Two Blue Vortex, where she states to Shikamaru that she will give up her dream of Hokage to save Boruto's life. You see, Mitsuki's evolution is reaching the other stages of human development. The first was understanding the value of trust. Mitsuki began his life untrustworthy of Orochimaru and Log, but found it in Boruto. He experienced many more stages later in the series after meeting him, starting with autonomy versus self-doubt. This is the stage in which a child begins to make decisions on their own accord. For example, Orochimaru told Mitsuki not to reveal his true strength to anyone in the Chunin exams, and that if he does, he will not be able to remain in Konoha. This was a decision already made for him. However, Mitsuki ignored it and made his own choice and activated it to save Boruto from Momoshiki. Luckily for him though, he was swiftly knocked out by Urashiki before anyone could see. Later, when Inoki asked Team 7 to each pick a rock, Mitsuki was the last to choose, seemingly leaving him no choice in the matter. However, he decided for himself to not take any rock at all. Inoki stated the rock represents the core of one's being, that they must keep their core strong to endure all obstacles. Mitsuki's will was very unsteady, which led to the natural next step in his journey of stage 3, which Orochimaru confirmed. He questioned his standing in the world and if he was good or bad. He did so by leaving behind the village to aid the Akuta, another race of synthetic humans like him that needed Mitsuki's help in order to become perfect. However, during his journey, he discerned between good and evil after learning of Lord Ku's sinister plans and disagreeing with them. In contrast, Mitsuki saw good in Sekie, offering to take him to Orochimaru for modifications to save his life. In their battle, he saw that Mitsuki's intentions were true, conceded defeat, and voiced his wishes of connecting with others, regretting that he couldn't have the life Mitsuki had despite being an artificial human as well. By the end of the arc, Mitsuki understood what Orochimaru meant, that being his father and mother doesn't matter nor his origins. Rather, it's the core of the person which held importance, as his will was now even stronger, just like Inoki mentioned. Thus, he betrayed Lord Q and activated Sage Mode again so that he could defeat his opponent, who he believed not only posed a risk to Boruto, but also Konoha. However, the outcome of his decision helped him reach stage 4 of grasping his self-worth, as he was accepted even more by his teammates Boruto and Sarada, who actively searched out ways to understand and support his growth, which paid off because later on he used his Sage Mode once again to save Boruto and Sarada from Deeper after he whooped their ass. But things changed after Ada's omnipotence occurred, as all this love he had for Boruto was switched over to Kawaki. Thus, Mitsuki believed that Boruto was actually a threat to his son, hence why he's now so full of murderous intent and why he abandoned all rationale, going straight for the kill with Sage Mode. But there is a saving grace for Boruto, and that is the next step in Mitsuki's development cycle, which we start to see during the time skip, starting with identity versus role confusion. This is where typically teenagers and young adults begin to explore the idea of who they truly are based on the relationships they have built with others. Chapter 1 of Two Blue Vortex showcased Mitsuki experiencing this exact symptom after seeing the harsh, cold-blooded tone of Kawaki. This made him question if he truly was his son. The subsequent next step is intimacy and love. This is a key theme in Boruto's story, such as Sarada awakening her Mangekyo Sharingan via these means. Mitsuki often uses Boruto and Sarada's relationship to understand human emotions, giving reason to him asking Sarada multiple times whether or not she loves Boruto and believes that they are a good match. This stems from his own understanding of the sun, as it is linked to his will of fire and purpose. For example, Sasuke went from being a ninja that wanted to destroy all bonds to a ninja that is risking everything to protect them. When Sarada asked Sasuke how does he know he's connected to Sakura, he explained that her existence was proof of their love. And in chapter 80, he admits his memories cannot be trusted, and the reason he will train Boruto is because of Sarada. Similarly, Mitsuki's understanding of humans comes from moments such as witnessing Boruto's selfless actions to bring about resolvement. For instance, in episode 254, he was willing to die instead of get revenge, whilst in contrast, Kawaki said he would kill Araumi. Boruto's nature is of love and forgiveness. This is something Mitsuki himself adopted from him, as moonlight is only the reflection of the sun's. We see this with Mitsuki's love and care for animals, as in the Jugo arc, Mitsuki stopped Sarada from killing the birds and gave the antidote serum to Suigetsu to reign over the birds, curing them. Likewise, when Team 7 found a stray kitten that was shivering from the cold, they decided to have Mitsuki care for it, who he soon grew attached to and named Mikazuki, deciding to keep it. Now, God forbid you watched the Chocho arc. But I did torture myself by watching it, so leave a like for my sanity, please, okay? It was a really tough time. However, there was one important aspect to it, and it's that when Chocho was trying to change herself to abide by modern beauty standards to rizz up an actor, it was Mitsuki who told her that she was fine the way she is and talked to her through her love of potato chips. She thanks him for helping her find herself and learn that sharing things with whom you love is important, where he does so with Orochimaru, making his father intrigued by this slight change in Mitsuki's nature. His entire character is bound to Boruto's, so once Mitsuki understands himself better, he will know who his son is, especially according to his memories, where Boruto would say things such as, "I'll do everything I can to convince him, and that's why I want Mitsuki and Sarada by my side to watch over me," whilst Kawaki is saying, "Please can you just leave me alone, man? You stink and I ain't doing no speech, no jutsu, bitch." Therefore, Kawaki does not radiate the sunlight like Boruto did. Hence, the reflection Mitsuki already adapted to isn't connecting back to him. This contrast happens once more into Blue Vortex, where Kawaki says that he will kill Boruto, whereas his brother says that he will save him, which is why Mitsuki believes his memories don't match up with Kawaki's past actions since he reversed his life with Boruto. In chapter 69, Mitsuki ponders on the psychology of humans, wondering if it's really that hard to admit something like your true feelings. However, as the story progresses, this is a question he will learn to answer himself. As in episode 254, Mitsuki states he never wants to experience losing Boruto ever again, and this bond will help put him on the right path. Only then Mitsuki will have entered his penultimate stage of development, trying to contribute something towards the world. In this case, helping Sarada, Sumire, Sasuke, and Boruto figure a way to restore everyone's memories, whilst also helping in the battle against the Otsutsuki. The final stage of Mitsuki's development then is usually experienced towards the end of one's life, where they will reminisce and ponder upon whether or not they led a meaningful, satisfying life. Now, of course, don't forget to use our link in the pinned comment and description below to enjoy the battle in War Thunder.
Hell no. Gadget-related.
The 3-year time skip has arrived, and the manga is now called Boruto 2 Blue Vortex. And given the fact that most of you didn't watch the anime, and no one in the community blames you that you didn't, it's the perfect time to go deep into the entire story of part 1. We will explain all the key details that will feature in the new manga, getting you caught up to...
Hell no. Last one, y'all boys.
Boruto's 3-year time skip continues by revealing his new powers. And boy, oh boy, it was fire! The debate is finally over. Boruto is officially stronger than Naruto and Sasuke combined, even without using Boroshiki. This statement alone probably has some OG fan watching this video raging already being triggered, but you guys need to accept it, just like all of us who have attended the live streams having fun discussing the manga.
The you in chat just said that Naruto would have one-shotted too.
Boruto's new Rasengan and Otsutsuki abilities make him the strongest ninja to ever live, which means Boruto fans have won.
Man, I'm so hyped right now.
Anything's possible.
Anything is possible.
Sasuke already told us Boruto would be the strongest ninja in chapter 6 because he would be the one training him. His demeanor has completely changed as all the story elements were set up from the very beginning. From a boy who wanted to get strong to get Naruto's attention to now understanding the way of shinobi to save him with that power. Boruto started off as a privileged snotty brat to his own admittance in chapter 1, and we know he lost everything due to Ada's omnipotence. But that isn't the only reason for him to be on edge, as Two Blue Vortex chapter 2 also reveals his new ability to foresee the future. Just like the Otsutsuki, Boruto can see the destruction of everything due to Code and Kawaki. The same destruction Tonori warned him about in a dream, which means his pure eye must save the world. Right? Wait, where is it? It hasn't shown up in the manga yet. It's been 6 years. Did Kishimoto forget? Two Blue Vortex chapter 2 begins by Boruto dealing with the King of Elves, as the story gives him another one. After stepping on his face and saving Sarada's life, Boruto informs Code to withdraw his Walmart freezer monsters from Konoha. If he does, Boruto, I'll spare your life. Code is surprised by his claim because
What's
2
good,
years
Ali?
ago, when Boruto was 14 years old, he wasn't able to kill him and had to escape with Sasuke.
I forgot,
so
man.
How can he make such a bold claim? Code, I know you're not the sharpest tool in the shed, but 2 years is a goddamn long time for shinobi training. Remember how Naruto mastered Sage Mode in 7 days? One of the most insane power creeps in the series? Boruto learned the vanishing Rasengan in a day and possesses Minato's
Yeah, man,
genius
I'm
on
chilling, man.
This only highlights once
I'm
again
chilling.
the contrasting philosophies regarding the
Oh,
meaning
man.
of gaining power. Ko's dream is to enact Ishiki's will, to follow the creed of Otsutsuki by inheriting his life force via a chakra fruit to ascend to godhood, whilst Boruto is doing it through his own hard work,
chilling,
understanding
you know
the
what I'm saying?
responsibility that comes with power. As a result, Boruto confidently responds by
Bruh,
stating
no way,
that this time round, Code won't get away with just his eye, but his life will be taken away. Like, sheesh! Boruto sure is writing his own story right now. Because Naruto wouldn't straight up just tell his enemy he will kill them. Where's the Talk no Jutsu? Boruto then orders Sarada to save the people who are affected by Code's invasion. She knows that Boruto is clearly on a different wavelength than before, and she asks him if he's alright. But he tells Sarada to stay alive, and they will discuss their stories later. Remember, in chapter 80, Sasuke informed Boruto that Sarada is not affected by omnipotence, sending Sasuke to train him. On top of that, they both must be keeping an eye out on Konoha, as Boruto instantly teleported to the village due to their connection in chakra. Sasuke had the same ability with Naruto. I'm excited, but I'm not. Even though Naruto was
barely
in a
played a
different
game.
dimension.
I just go
Boruto
to the
has
gym, you know what I'm
multiple
saying?
means to travel fast. He can fly.
I'm a very
faster
boring
than
guy.
Armor Seal, and he also has the pure eye. Now, the reason Boruto told Sarada to save the village whilst he focuses on fighting is because he informed her in chapter 10 that he wants to be a shinobi that supports the Hokage so he can protect her. Remember, this moment completely rizzed Sarada up. She was blushing, falling in love with him,
saying, "Oh my god, your blue eyes are more blue than Naruto's. Oh my god, I want your king."
Buddy, chill. Logically speaking, Boruto cannot have any distractions whilst fighting Code due to his instant teleportation, which is easier, more efficient, and better than even Minato's flying Raijin, as he can escape at any moment before Boruto can kill him. Now, it's up to you if you want to take that explanation or, yeah, Sarada took it out. Let me know what you think in the comments. Meanwhile, his former comrades, the Inoshika Cho trio, are fighting the Claw Grimes. They easily easily take down their base forms. But once one of them manages to teleport through a marking, they get caught off guard. However, Inujin and Himawari save the day, calling Chocho a fat ass in the process. The tables turn pretty quickly though, as Inujin gets attacked and Himawari's life ends up in danger. Fortunately, Kawaki once again, just like chapter 32, jumps in to save his sister.
I don't know what that is.
Calling Kawaki her big brother. Oh, so cute.
Shut up, bitch!
Wait, bruh, what? Now, most of you may be thinking, Kawaki is ungrateful. After having begged and cried about being worthless, he's disregarding Himawari calling him brother. He was part of the Uzumaki
basically
family anyway, as
word.
second son being adopted.
I'm trying,
However,
man. You know
it's apparent that Kawaki feels guilty having hijacked Boruto's life. In Himawari's perspective, everything she had experienced with her real brother is now superimposed on Kawaki. On the other hand, Kawaki wants to be
most to level up
by his family for who he is. But everything around him is a facade. He even wishes it didn't have to be Boruto who
Gemba to literally get nothing.
79, as he actually truly loves his brother. But with the amount of hurt Kawaki has experienced as a vessel, he doesn't want his brother to go through the same struggle and kill innocent people. That's why they agreed to kill each other.
And most important, PvP. The whole game is
over his
PvP.
body at any moment, and Kawaki
That sucks.
had witnessed Boruto secretly speaking to him. Realistically, if Kawaki wanted to play his cards right,
I think I've
he
heard
would
of
have
that game.
tried filling Boruto's shoes. However, he will never do that, which results in
That's a
Mitsuki
bad
and
game then.
Himawari eventually breaking free from Ada's Shinjutsu, as they question everything that is going on. Their memories of Boruto isn't matching Kawaki. His hatred for Otsutsuki supersedes anything else, even his own life, as displayed by
There are
asking
bosses
Naruto
like
to
Marco
kill him
and
after
Kaido,
he saves the world,
or
as he would be
they
the final
add Gear
Otsutsuki.
5.
As a result of this conflict, it allows
Boy, who you
the
talking to?
Grind
He's talking to
sneak
me.
up on Kawaki, and he's hit right where it hurts by calling him an Otsutsuki. Kawaki gets smashed into the ground, and you're probably thinking, wait a second, ABD, weren't these guys supposed to be fodder? I mean, Chocho was laying them flat. Well, this guy is a higher rank claw grind. It has a Rinnegan and is even stronger. But Shikadai is quick to react to the situation and holds the supreme claw grind down. Kawaki states that he hates nothing more than being called an Otsutsuki before one-shotting that claw grind, blowing his entire torso off. Now, in parallel, Boruto achieves the same feat by slicing a minion in half within an instant, proving to Code he wasn't bluffing that he would kill him and that he is significantly being in Jiraiya's clone just to complete an objective. One of Naruto's theme was that
Stream
ninjas
froze,
are
I'm gonna
tools.
go.
Even Boruto had to learn that lesson. No one is a tool to be used. And just like Boruto's prophecy, these claw grinds will also prove this right. Remember, the nine-tailed beasts were also looked upon like so, but they had feelings and even names which were ignored because of this ignorance. Ultimately, this way of thinking is very dangerous to the entire world. This brings us to Sarada Uchiha, who decided to listen to her future husband and head out to protect the rest of the Leaf. Although Boruto might still see her as a distraction in the fight, who can't hang with these Otsutsuki threats, as remember in the previous chapters, Boruto withheld secrets from her, which made Sarada and Mitsuki believe that they can't do anything to help him. Therefore, but the manga has set up that Sarada will stop the allegations that Kijimoto cannot write a female character, right? Let's see. As the chapter continues, Sarada has leveled up as well, as she throws down a great fireball jutsu, which demolishes all the claw grinds. But even more of them sprout out to try and get their hands on the next Hokage, where Sarada then says, "Do you even know who I am? I'm on a Uchiha." She activates the Chidori and one-shots all four of these fodders. This feat lets us in on a glimpse of the development she has had during the time time skip, where Sarada has now learned to only activate her Sharingan for a split second, showcasing the immense chakra control that Sakura taught her in the anime. In chapter 69, she told Mitsuki they need to catch up to Boruto's power level of Otsutsuki, and she's not worthy of being Hokage if she's not strong enough to protect those she loves. Okay, wait, hold up. Why is Shikamaru Hokage then? He literally has the title of weakest Hokage. He can't even be Tsunade. You guys even confirmed it on our Twitter. However, after witnessing Sarada save everyone in a flash of a second, the people around her are surprised that she is just a genin. Which, by the way, makes no sense because in Boruto episode 227, Sarada had already become a chunin and even got the vest from Sakura herself. Does this mean that the anime isn't canon or in an alternative universe? Okay, give me a second. Let me figure out a way to defend these allegations. I got it! Sarada gave up her chunin rank after her failure to help Boruto, and let's not forget it was her fault that Boruto got his scar while saving her. Furthermore, she already follows the path Naruto did where ranks don't mean much as long as she is able to protect the people around her. Ever since the start, Sarada has been on a journey to prove to the village that an Uchiha is capable of becoming Hokage. In the anime, we were reminded of her mindset over and over again of trying to live up to that promise, especially in episode 152 as an example, where she has to perform medical ninjutsu training alongside her entire class, but guess what? Sarada isn't very good at it. However, everywhere she goes, Sarada is reminded that as the daughter of Sakura, it should come naturally to her. Even her peers in Inujin and Shikadai talk about what a Hokage should be, creating self-doubt in her abilities. Wait guys, just let me cook. Sarada is once again reminded of her shortcomings when a claw grime appears from her blind spot. An older NPC ninja actually saves her life as he yells, "Behind you, Uchiha," and he dies. Sarada is seen sweating, thinking how she could let someone be hurt when Boruto himself asked her to protect these people. But her nightmare doesn't end as another ninja gets gobbled up by the claw grimes while she watches in dismay. The story is setting up Sarada's inner turmoil of doubt where she can't live up to what a person trying to become Hokage must represent. She should be the one laying her life down to save them, not the other way round. Now, some may say this chapter kinda assassinated her character, but you can let us know in the comments. Has the manga tried to set up her story so it could actually develop in the time skip, or did they show her to be too weak? Because there is something good that came out of this situation, as the older ninja calling her Uchiha while sacrificing his life is Kijimoto's way to connect a theme from Naruto to Boruto. Sasuke wanted to restore his clan's reputation. This NPC was alive during the tension-filled time of the past, where there was a constant fear towards the Uchiha and the threat they could pose to the people as they were ostracized. However, now after Naruto becoming Hokage, we see the change his ninshu has had upon the people of Konoha, where a path can be seen for Sarada to be accepted as the first Uchiha Hokage in the future. Now, whilst these guys are casually getting eaten up and Sarada's watching them in dismay, like gobble, 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 their bones are cracking, blood's coming out.
What?
They then turn into trees. Yusuf, why did they turn into trees?
Now, the last time we saw something like this tree formation was with White Zetsu, and later the God Tree during the 4th Shinobi War. But this is actually different, as we learn when we transition back to our young lord. After being told by Boruto that he still doesn't know the true horrors of the 10 Tails, Code begins to attempt at lord dumping some vital information on how his little babies are just like their mama, the 10-tailed seedling. In Boruto chapter 72, we saw how Code used his belt to adjust the Biju seedling into a more manageable size. How? Well, splitting it off into thousands of these little gimps. In effect, these beasts work the same way as the actual tailed seedling and requires an Otsutsuki to plant themselves into the earth. Code tells Boruto that they will innately seek out and feed on anyone until they find an Otsutsuki to achieve their ultimate purpose of becoming a god tree. And as we see, when they feed on something fodder, they don't become god trees, but become fodder trees. Now, Boruto straight up tells Code to stop waffling. He scolds him, saying he is wrong, and he done effed up. Code's stupid ass actually changed the nature of these beasts by adding his belts. He himself acknowledged this back in chapter 72, when he tells Bug on how his belts are actually half chakra and half material, with the iron coming from his own blood. This modification is a huge benefit to Code, as now he can teleport anything through them, along with him even seeing, hearing, and speaking through them. However, Boruto, using his the prediction, has foreseen the future that's to come on how these Walmart freezes will eventually lose control and not even stop after merging with their Otsutsuki target. Boruto literally says this will be the worst future anyone can imagine, even including Code. Now you're probably thinking on how the heck did Boruto see the future? Well, in chapter 76, we learned that after he became 100% Otsutsuki, his mind and Momoshiki's started to overlap. This also included seeing the future with his abilities, because Momoshiki himself can in fact see segmented scenes of the future. This is a unique Shinjutsu ability like Ada's omnipotence, and though Momoshiki cannot see the full picture, it's still enough to deduce the outcome, especially after experiencing it firsthand like Boruto did. With this power, Boruto in chapter 75 foresaw the exact reactions of his friends when history itself was rewritten by Ada's own Shinjutsu ability, which, mind you, was the same vision Momoshiki had been seeing as early as chapter 10, when he tells Boruto on how those blue eyes would take everything away from him. These blue eyes were Ada's, of course. We even see Momoshiki use this ability in chapter 80 to glimpse a few seconds into the future as he guides Boruto through his fight against Mitsuki's Sage Mode. If you add this to his pure eyes on top of that, which tells you the weak spot of any opponent, it's no wonder Boruto is stating Code without his limiters is still absolutely fodder. Like, keep in mind, doing some basic power scaling, Code without limiters is stronger than Jigen, told to us by Amado. Jigen is the same person that destroyed Naruto and Sasuke at their peak of power. This therefore confirms Boruto is the strongest shinobi ever. This future sight ability is probably the most OP shit we have seen yet, because Boruto has geared his training knowing what's to come, which he states is a threat even greater than Code. However, Code completely dismisses Boruto's warnings and says nothing matters, as once the god tree grows, it will devour everything in the planet anyways, leaving nothing behind. Code's thinking that he's just gonna let that tree do its thing, while he's chills in another dimension waiting for it to grow him a chakra fruit. Once he returns to eat it, everyone will already be dead, and he will evolve into a true Otsutsuki, becoming one step closer to godhood. However, as Boruto points out, the changes Code has done on the beast will force them to go through a constant evolution, possibly even obtain a mind and will of their own, much like a Frankenstein. But more importantly, Boruto, knowing what we already know, Code is just fodder trash and won't be able to stop this outcome. He might just be the only person to unlock their full power, gain a Super Saiyan transformation, and then fodder it by getting clapped by an 8-year-old child.
Are you serious right now, bro?
So Boruto kindly warns him one more time, saying he will let him live if Code takes him to the real body of the 10 Tails. Yep, even though we saw them turn into thousands of these Walmart freezers, there's still a main husk that remains. Though this beast is different from the one we saw in Naruto, it works in a similar way. Kaguya's 10 Tail had to be split into chakra and husk, where the chakra was taken in by Hagoromo, where the husk became the moon, with Hamura's clan looking over it. In the seedling's case, it might have split like this, where the husk remained and the claw-grammed creatures became the majority of its chakra. Regardless, another key point we learn is that Code must have changed the Otsutsuki's coordinates coordinate or moved it entirely to a different location, as Boruto with Sasuke's knowledge would have already known where the beast was hidden as seen in chapter 36. However, Boruto's complete disrespect of code gives his brain an aneurysm as he questions if Boruto is the one who has lost his mind. But no, he straight up says killing code is easy. He needs to shut up and do as he says so that he doesn't die, wasting away as useless trash.
Your life is nothing. You serve zero purpose.
But Code's stupidity rises to a new level as he does not take our young lord seriously. My guy is legit trying to save Code. His 2 years training must have been some hyperbolic shit, because as Boruto finally gets J. Cole's message, realizing that they don't want to be saved, he proceeds to whip out his new power, Uzuhiko Rasengan. Ladies and gentlemen, Boruto is him. The word Uzuhiko refers to space and the universe, which actually circles back to Boruto himself. Having space-time ninjutsu along with his new powers, he literally is universal level. This power wraps Boruto's body, literally making him into the Rasengan itself. And though we can see a few lands of the wind chakra, it's clear that it's actually a large invisible cloak, which takes the nature of Boruto's invisible Rasengan. Him having lightning release must have also allowed Boruto to utilize every variation of Sasuke's Chidori, including his Nagashi. By releasing the Chidori in every direction, an electronical discharge flows from his body, allowing Sasuke to affect multiple enemies. Whilst using this technique on a great number of people at once, it effectively doubled as an instant defense. He literally stuns anyone that comes close to him, leaving them pretty much useless so they can receive a huge amount of damage afterwards. Likewise, this Rasengan could display a very similar effect, with it not only affecting the vicinity around Boruto, but also the atmosphere and the ground itself. This might just be the ultimate defensive and offensive technique we have seen yet. But if you guys are confused and wondering how the heck did Boruto come this far, he is literally broken, stronger than Naruto, Sasuke, Madara. How did this happen? Well, you guys can watch this video on screen right now to enjoy and learn about the full story of Boruto
Habibi. Damn, great. That was some great shit. That was some great shit. Damn. Damn. That's fucking dope. Jitter troll. Alright, YouTube. I'm gonna have to dip. I'm gonna catch you guys on the next one. I'm gonna go on kick. Follow my kick. Yes, sir.